What's up, guys? Your boy, 20K13. Gonna talk about 4 up and 4 down from last night WWE NXT July 15th. And this is coming from WhatCulture.com. By the time Monday Night Raw went off the air, the talking point of the evening was not Wilder vs. Reigns or Cena vs. Owens. It wasn't even Lesnar vs. Rollins. Earlier this week, the Diva division grabbed the fans' attention with both hands and wrenched it back, twinkling the spine and screaming, "We are here." Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks finally debuted on the main roster to huge acclaim, and their momentum hasn't stopped there. Lynch may be temporarily on the bench with a hip flexor sprain, but last night Charlotte and Sasha Banks solidified their status as bona fide division revolutionaries by tearing the house down with a magnificent main event contest for the NXT Women's Championship. All in all, it was a solid showing from NXT. The tag champ was in action as Samoa Joe, and the tag division saw the emergence of an exciting new pairing. But ultimately, this was a one-match show. There is still a notable void at the top of the male division, with still no sign of Finn Balor or Kevin Owens, but that should be rectified with the next crop of NXT taping, set to take place very shortly. The complete card with finishes read as follows: Jason Jordan and Chad Gable versus Ellis Stampton and Steve Cutler. Gable pinned Cutler after a double team move that resembled a backdrop toss into a bridging German suplex pin. It looked great. Samoa Joe versus Astro Tisha. Joe submitted Astro with a sleeper following a muscle buster. Blake and Murphy versus Angelo Dawkins and Sawyer Fulton. Murphy pinned Dawkins after the running suplex fall flash combination. Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. Banks submitted Charlotte with a bank statement. The down, number 4. Joe being poorly served right now. When Samoa Joe strolled into NXT TakeOver Unstoppable, the IWC flipped its collective lid. Joe is here. They typed as fast as their little finger could manage, but so far the star of TNA and always has had quite a huge impact in WWE. Fans unfamiliar with Joe could be forgiven for wondering what everyone is so excited about. So far he wrestled two relevant nobody in quite slow flat fashion. A tag match during which he mostly sat on the apron, and Kevin Owens in a match that was quickly no contest. Now that it's official that Kevin Owens will be facing Finn Balor at the TakeOver event in Brooklyn. Joe is fast, resembling a third wheel on a romantic date, full of intent, but no one to dance with. It's not really WWE's fault, it's just bad timing. Joe entered NXT during a huge state of flux. Kevin Owens, his supposed rival, is busy with a main roster push designed for Sami Zayn, and a feud with Finn Balor, and two of the other top stars are laid off with injury. If NXT sticks with Owens as his program partner going forward, then Joe is going to be aimless until September. A big step down from the marquee matches he used to having, and the fans are used to seeing. The company would be wise to put a pin in the Owens feud for now and bring in a part-time veteran to feud with Joe through to TakeOver. Never would be a perfect dance partner for the Samoan submission machine, and would reintegrate what has slowly turned into a lackluster debut run. Number 3. Vanilla Tag Champ, but great manager. Speaking of lackluster, can anybody explain who Blake and Murphy are? What characteristics would you use to describe them to a stranger? Cocky? Not really. Aggressive? Well, sort of. Charming? Well, no. They, the tag team champion. Is that a characteristic? Blake and Murphy have been at the head of the tag team division for months, but they yet to make that one bold statement that defines them. They just there, holding the belt. They wear Chris Benoit style type and have Chris Jericho style hair. So far, their only unique qualities are that they both a bit hairy and their interest is awful. Headache. inducing match of strobe and crash zoom. They just haven't done anything of character or narrative significance and it's hurting them. They do, however, have a great manager. Alexa Bliss is a great heel, cruel and smug, poignant and deadly. Last night, ordering her boys to throw her into the air to perform her sparkle splash in the middle of the ring was a great touch. Right now, like Trish Stratus when she led TNA, the manager is far outshining the tag team. This needs to change. Number 2, Sami Zayn out for 2015. Last night, we were treated to a live medical update on Sami Zayn's condition, delivered by the man himself. Added there's no positive impetus for this update. There have been no breakthrough in medical science. Instead, like he daily told me a few weeks ago, Zane is addressing the crowd because he just happened to be there for the Dusty Road Memorial Gathering, and this was all taped on that one night. Still as great as it was to see Sammy, the crowd going absolutely nuts for him, it's always disheartening to witness a talent that was just about to be put in a major way forced to sit on the bench, frustrated and disappointed. The original layoff period for his injury when it occurred in May was 6 months, but now James thinks it's unlikely that he'll be back at all during 2015. That is crushing. Of course, this might be Cena Eki smoke and mirror, and Zayn is prepping a surprise comeback earlier than expected, but the chances of that are pretty slim, and fans might have to prepare themselves for a long spell without one of the hottest prospects in WWE. He fired up the crowd no end and cut a great promo on Kevin Owens, but it's bittersweet that fans will have to wait until next year to see that speech edited into the match hyping video package that it deserves. Number 1, the champ is not here. This was obvious from last week, but that doesn't make it any less of a negative. For the second straight week in a row since winning the NXT Championship, Finn Balor has been absent from our screen. Instead, NXT obviously wishing to save his first proper address to the crowd for a live appearance. Finn had been glimpsed only in backstage snippets in last night's footage from Comic-Con. The problem with it is Balor is a naturally understanding and humble speaker, and especially during last night's footage, he can be a little too quiet for his own good. One should hesitate before using the word boring about the NXT champ, but his low-key self-effacing delivery has the effect of numbing what should be a victory lap for the Irish-born superstar, one that the NXT crowd has yet to properly see. Compare this to the main roster. If Balor had won the WWE Championship at a pay-per-view, he would be on the Raw the next night to capitalize on the upswell in the momentum from such a huge victory. Unfortunately for NXT audience, they had to wait nearly 3 weeks for the same moment. It is what it is, an unavoidable byproduct of the way NXT structures its own programming. But it's still a shame to see grainy convention footage when the fans are aching for a proper coronation. Up, number 4, Jordan and Gable, World Greatest Tag Team. After weeks of odd quasi-flirtation and build-up, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable made their in-ring debut as a tag team, and it was damn impressive. Gable especially popped the crowd with his seamless amateur style chain wrestling, floating over his opponent with ease, cart-turning into unique pinfall and incorporating a Greco-Roman style to quickly and fluidly take down his opponent. He even found time to do a bit of showboating. Gable's Olympic background was clearly on display in that mix with his cocksure enthusiasm and singlet attire, conjuring fond memories of a young Kurt Angle. Well, perhaps it's too early to make that comparison, but considering that Jordan is no amateur slouch himself, being a three-time Division I NCAA qualifier, The combination of both stars could be a barnstorming one. An even more apt comparison would be to compare them to the world greatest tag team, the parent of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Hart. Both teams incorporated amateur showmanship into their matches. Both came from vaulted background, and the similarity cut right down to both teams' choice of attire. The Angle XT singlet. In fact, Gable and Jordan have the potential to eclipse Benjamin and Hart in the WWE. Both men possessing an easy charisma on the mic, which was somewhat lacking from the world's greatest tag team. It may be a little premature to call, but expect big things from Gable and Jordan. Number 3, a new side to Baron Corbin. Finally, it's not much, but it's a start. NXT have cottoned on to the fact that the less is more approach to Baron Corbin's character wasn't going to cut it. He doesn't have the charisma to be mysterious and have begun work on giving him his character some dimension. Last night they aired an in-depth look at Baron Corbin, during which his attitude and motivation was laid bare. In a rather odd choice, they seem to have made him materialistic. He showed off his 4 football ring encased with diamonds, his NFL and jiu-jitsu accomplishment, and boasted about how while his opponent worked on the indie scene for shifting hot dogs, he was cashing 60 bigger than they ever received. The love of bling bling doesn't quite match up with his unkempt, brooding, lone wolf persona, but at least it's something. He vowed to tear down all other fan heroes, calling himself the agent that decides your fate. Okay then. Corbin and NXT are embracing the fan gradually built resentment toward him, and he laid his card on the table about who he is and why he's here. It's a step forward for him, and he's hoping he can use these newfound character development to harness the fans' reaction into potent heel heat. Number 2, crowd playing the Eva Marie game. Speaking of potent heat, there's a fun game being played with Eva Marie. Last night, already everything rubbish nickname announced her in-ring return has been next week on NXT, and the fans booed her out of the building for it. For the hardcore fans who make up a lot of the NXT audience, it's not exactly news that Eva Marie has been training hard over the last few months under the tutelage of Brian Kendrick, and her progress has apparently been stellar. Footage has emerged online of her hitting fluid arm drag, springboard DDT, and suicide dive. She may not be on Charlotte or Sasha Banks level, but this is likely years ahead of her not unwatchable early work on Raw. WWE have been canny about how they package Eva Marie returns to the ring. They are aware that the majority of fans think of her as a reality star with no passion for the business, bought in for her nook and little else. As such, she faced a wave of vocal resentment and still does. The WWE is looking to harness that heat for a bait and switch, preparing to shock everyone with how driven she became and the amount of progress she made. To their credit, the NXT fans have been playing their part in this game to perfection. Prior to last night's appearance, Eva Marie was most recently seen a few weeks ago being interviewed in front of the crowd. They pelt her with boos and "You Can't Wrestle" chants, while some fans likely meant it. The rest have to know that Eva Marie is miles better than one once was. They know what story WWE are trying to tell, and damn it, they're going to help them tell it. This is one of the reasons why the NXT crowd are so good. They want to be part of the story, rather than rewriting them for their own contrary pleasure. And number 1, a boss main event with plenty of flair. Last night was a one-match show, but what a match it was, with all eyes suddenly turned on them after their shocking Raw debut. Sasha Banks and Charlotte demonstrated exactly why people should be flipping out over the Diva Revolution, putting on a 15-minute wrestling clinic for a title that has long since eclipsed the Divas Championship in prestige. Chain wrestling and slick moves slowly gave way to victory strike, chops, and the beauty of a powerbomb from Charlotte to Banks as the match ramped up intensity. At one point, Charlotte's extension was ripped out and she clobbered Banks with a fist clutching a handful of hair. The customary "This is awesome" chant could be heard, and it was truly earned. The two women left it all on the mat, with Charlotte eventually tapping out to a nasty bank statement that made it look like her spine was going to snap in two. Exhausted and proud, Bank and Charlotte embraced as the show went off the air. As last night NXT drew to a close, Corey Graves remarked, "This NXT Women's Division is in great hands." Amen. With that it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.